About it's become a challenge, obviously, for the Speaker. Speaker Pelosi has to balance the interests of this radical left that she needs to remain Speaker with governing, which she needs to remain Speaker, and she's got a management problem on her hands. And I don't mind telling you, I feel a little guilty cheering the pro impeachment crowd on a little bit.
With all due respect, though, I'm not sure that we want to dismiss the relevance of Rashid Tlaib or Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez or any of these newbies. They've made a lot of noise, but they've also seemed to be pushing the party, despite the fact that I think most Democrats are still in the moderate Democrats. They seem to be pushing the agenda these days.
Well, there's no question they are. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Certainly in the presidential politics they are. You've seen all of these United States senators and others that have been reasonable in the past that have become radical in the recent, but that's primary politics. Charles, at the end of the day, when you get to that one-on-one, that general election campaign, you have to appeal to the vast middle. And I'm telling you, coming from the vast middle, these people are not appealing to them. And in many respects, they're going so far to the left that it's going to be difficult to find their way back. But I also think this is why Vice President Biden is enjoying such a tremendous lead, even in Democratic primaries, because there is that quiet majority that gets to have their say every few years when they get polled or they go to the ballot box.
Next one for you, Senator. I want to take a look at this tweet from President Trump. He sent this one when he was in Japan. It says, quote, "North Korea fired off some small weapons which disturbed some of my people and others, but not me. I have confidence that Chairman Kim will keep his promise to me," and also smiled when he called swamp man Joe Biden a low IQ individual, and worse, perhaps that's sending me a signal. Senator Cramer, President Trump believes that Kim Jong-un, when he does things like this, that he wants his attention, that they have a very good relationship. He understands this. It's not intercontinental ballistic missiles, but others from Japan to even some folks in your own party are concerned.
Well, some people are more hawkish than others. Some people live closer to North Korea than others, and it's understandable that they'd have differing views. But I would say this about President Trump. I mean, let's remember, his tough rhetoric is what brought Kim Jong-un to the table in the first place and began a discussion. And while it's been one of those fits and spurts, or 3 steps forward, 1 step, maybe 1.5 steps back every now and then, he plays good cop when he needs to, bad cop when he needs to, but he's always the top cop. And I think that he's frankly playing it very well right now. I think to not panic in light of these minor tests, nonetheless are tests, but these minor tests, I think is an appropriate response for keeping the momentum toward peace rather than just, if you excuse the expression, blowing the whole relationship
We've got
up.
30 seconds. So you like the relationship then with the John Bolton seen by many as a hawk going against President Trump's natural instincts and promises to avoid getting America involved in any kind of wars or skirmishes.
Well, Donald Trump ran on getting us out of wars, not getting us into them. And I might just remind people that Donald Trump, throughout his presidency, has let his own administration have public debates over policies sort of as trial balloons. He watches the public response as much as he does listen to the facts in his own boardroom, if you will. And I think he manages pretty well by listening closely.
Senator, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thanks, Charles.